Hi everyone, welcome to Buckle Up Podcast. I'm Natalia Earle and I'm a certified business and life coach that loves talking to people. I'm fascinated by humans and how our brain works. What is it that makes a decision good or bad, and how does that decision ultimately shape our path and destiny? Everyone loves to talk about success, but what about the flip side? How about adversity? Failure is such a big and often necessary part of life, and it's simply unavoidable. So I invite you to join me on this inspiring, honest, unpolished interview show with breathtakingly real conversations that go deep on setbacks and hardships that are part of the puzzle that ultimately lead to growth, discovery of inner greatness, and what makes us resilient. Grab your helmet and buckle up, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But what a ride it will be. In today's episode, I spoke with Rachelle Jenkens, a psychologist, psychic, singer, and a songwriter. Rachelle shares her journey thus far, how she discovered her gifts, and how she overcame her biggest adversity. We spoke about fear, love, and so much more. Through channeling universe, she has learned that in order for you to live your most enriched life, you must remember who you are in your deepest essence. Who we are might seem like something we are all aware of, but unfortunately, most of us have lost the connection with our wisest guide, our own soul. Rachelle's soul gets to guide you to this place of awareness by communicating to and with your soul and with the souls around you. And it's one big party. Or if you feel like you hear certain voices or you get certain messages like, oh, there is something wrong with you. And, people love labels, right?
Oh,
So, yeah.
yes. And I think that for the longest time here on earth, that's been necessary for our survival. And when people talk about the shift, the big shift that's taking place on Mother Earth, here on earth, I feel it's to do with us stepping into our most authentic selves and us stepping into our power by understanding that being that is your main job here on earth. So you can deny parts of who you are and who your soul's trying to be, but it will never get you to any real success, like real happiness. And I think that is when people talk about this big shift taking place, I feel it's us, coming home to ourselves more. So yeah,
Yes.
and getting rid, especially that's why I also left the medical field as a psychologist, because I couldn't handle the labels anymore. You can't put anyone here on earth in a box. You can't put any label on their heads because you're so uniquely you that there is no category which you can fall under. And that has given me, because I mean, that's also how I started my journey, to get to where I am today, getting rid of everything I thought I was, like Rachelle, the psychologist, the mother, the no, I'm just Rachelle. And whatever my soul is gravitating towards, whatever makes me happy is what I'm going to now surrender to and give into.
Yes, that's wonderful. And especially as women, we are also so programmed. Oh, you have to take care of your children. You have to take care of your family. You got to put everybody else before you. And
Mhm.
in that, we lose ourselves. We lose our needs, what's important to us. Because I think God, universe, whatever you want to call it, the source has put
Mhm.
something so special inside all of us. And
Right?
yes, we each of us are so special and have some a mission, sort of a mission in this earth, and we tend to walk away from it. But if we do walk away, then I feel like the universe takes charge. But when it does, it's not always necessarily kind, right?
Well, I don't think it's ever really kind, because it's the only way that we understand that it's not, it's not our route, right? So I feel
Mhm.
like also the perception of pain is another important thing that within my business I like zoom in on. We have learned, especially when you're an 80s or 90s baby, that pain is a bad thing, right? Emotional pain is a bad thing when it's actually your navigation system with a lot of ways. But I feel definitely we're in this stage now here on earth where we're all ready to surrender. It doesn't matter if we're terrified, because we'll always be terrified, because again, As long as you're alive, you're attached to a mind and you're attached to a survival instinct. So I believe that we're all ready to surrender now, and we should all step into our power. And that doesn't mean things have to make sense either. You know, whenever I tell people, I mean, we just talked about what it is you do, and it's just so lovely that you've got so many different things going on in your life. And that's exactly why we're here, right? To explore all these sides of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. So me, you know, I remember 5 years ago when I would tell people, I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm a mother, I'm a psychologist, and I'm a psychic medium. They would go, yeah, how does that work? Like, like, how do you implement all of that in your life? By realizing that it needs to be implemented because it's who I am in my totality. I can't just leave one part out. And so when
Right.
people talk about purpose, what's my purpose on earth? Well, when do you want to start? You've got plenty, you've got many. And in every different stage of your life, you'll probably change your purpose as well. People are very focused on what is my purpose on earth? You got many, luckily. Otherwise, life would get hella boring, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah. And
So,
your purpose can change because you change, you grow, you evolve. We are ever evolving beings. So how can you commit to something, just that one idea and stick to it? I don't get it.
oh, you
I'm
can't.
just very out there.
Yeah, I can, and I love that about you. So as soon as you started talking about all these things that you're doing, including the hair, as a teenager, I did a lot of talent shows. I was always singing, always performing. Oh, that was my thing. And it still is. I'm very happy though that I've never gotten to the Beyonce level, because I look at Hollywood. I'm very familiar with Hollywood, the music industry, the entertainment industry, and it's a scary industry. I wouldn't say it's great for, your confidence. So I started out mainly as a songwriter, writing for other artists, and I gradually started writing for myself, working with some really great producers in the Netherlands, where I'm from, as well as in London and in LA. And now the main thing that I do at the moment is that I'm a top liner. So that means that I do a lot of collabs with DJs, so pop DJs, house DJs, and I feature. So I write a top line over their instrumental, and I get a lot of releases through that, as well as now currently working on my own album. So yeah, it's been, again, a very trying journey for
Hmm.
anyone who's an artist, who's in the entertainment industry. Is no picnic.